Welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. The show is designed to give you solutions to your day-to-day management and leadership problems. It's hosted by Matthew Haddock, a frontline manager and leader with over 25 years of experience. If you're ready, then let's get on with the show.
Welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. This week it's the end of the year show, so it's 2023, we're getting to the end. I'm just going to do a quick review of what's been good, bad and ugly. So without any more delay, let's get on with this week's show. Welcome again to the Manager Matt podcast show. So, what a year we have had. So 2023 seems to have gone by in a blink of an eye, as they say. I mean, we've been from the start of the year. You remember the start of the year? Do you remember what you were doing at the start of the year? I mean, you were all those ideas about what you were going to be doing, where you were going, what was going to be the thing. I'm sure you've all made, and I'm sure you're making at this minute, New Year's resolutions. You know, what were you going to do? I can guess now, and I'm a bit of a mind reader. I mean, this is one of my talents that I have, one of the many talents I have in regard to being a mind reader, that you all went, I am going to lose weight. I am going to eat healthily. That's the things that everyone does. If you're a smoker, and you may be a smoker, I'm going to give up smoking. I'm going to drink less beer or alcohol or whatever your tipple is. Obviously, everyone does that. And what happens is that you get a good start normally. You know, you wake up on the first, maybe a bit of a hangover, maybe not, and you decide that you're going to do those things, and it could last a good week or maybe 2 weeks. But unfortunately, as we all know, by the time it gets into the end of January and into February, it's all gone a little bit sort of that way, hasn't it? And then you're into reality. But what happened with the show? What happened with the Manager Matt show? So obviously started the year off, lots of good information. I'm assuming it's good information because, as you've probably seen in the stats, it's been a great year. You know, we've done a 49 episodes, so nearly every week, not quite. You know, we've grown 21% more this year than last year, which is absolutely brilliant. The amount of downloads, 4,296 downloads, which I've been really happy. And 42 different countries have listened. 42 different countries. I don't know if I can name 42 different countries, but it's all been there and it's been brilliant. And if you look back, as we will in this episode, of the top episodes that we had over there, down at number 5 was this performance improvement plan. So I explained, if you remember, how to do a good performance improvement plan, because we want our teams to do well. We want our teams to deliver results. We want our team members to be successful. So what we do is we motivate them, we make sure that they're happy at work, we make sure we're engaging with our one-to-ones and feedback. I'm sure you're all doing that. And then if it goes a little bit the wrong way, then we try to put mid-course corrections in. We have good conversations, don't we? And if that doesn't fail, then you do something more formal. And if you remember, I talked through how to do a performance improvement plan. Number 4 in the top episodes downloaded in 2023 was understanding change stresses as a leader. And I think that was an interesting one because we looked at how stress can get to you, how it can really get to you as a leader. You can be a very, very lonely job at the top. In any organisation, you are usually the person that people think knows everything. And obviously we don't, because we're not perfect. We're humans, funnily enough. I know people maybe forget that, but, we're humans. But the stress that we have as leaders can be quite a lonely stress. I know at the back end of the year, it has been quite hard. It's been a bit of a slog. And, I've struggled a little bit. Your sleep's off a little bit. You're not yourself. And that's all about that stress, especially when there's a change. Because when change comes, we might think we're prepared, but we're people and we do feel change, and change is coming. We'll talk about a little bit more of that in 2024. Then it was the top 10 tips, you've got to be careful how you say that, to being a better manager. And that was all around how you can improve yourself, how you can do, and no surprise, good one-to-ones, good feedback, delegation. How can you coach your team? How do you build a good team? How do you set the direction for your team? There's all in that one. Go back and listen to it. Great episode if you get a chance. And number 2 was around influencing skills. So how you influence people. Because you can have a big title and a massive sort of badges all over you saying, I'm the leader, I'm the manager, title, a lot of people call them director of this or vice president of that. Doesn't make a lot of sense really sometimes, but your influencing skills are away from the idea of positional power. So that episode was about how you can influence people using different ways to make sure that people know what they're doing at work and how they can be better at work. And you don't leave people in the dark. And it was all about how we influence them. And away from work, how do you influence people? Because, away from work, you've got the whole kit and caboodle of pressures that come with life. And the top one, and I don't know if this is an interesting one or says something about the way our world is changing, was how... Well, it was actually handing in your notice the right way. So it was around how do you hand in your notice the right way in a working environment. And that's a great thing to look at, because there will be a time that you come to an end with any relationship, and same at work, you become an end of it. And at that point, you leave. You can leave on great terms and move along, and I've done that many, many times. Or it can be a little bit of a sour ending, a little bit of a taste in the mouth sort of ending, which, again, can be a shame, but happens. That is the way it is. When you're going through this and you want to hand your notice in, you want to do it the right way. Whatever's happening in that business, you want them to be successful. Every business I've left, and there's been a few businesses I've left, for right reasons and wrong reasons maybe, but everyone I've done it in a way that I hope that I have left that place better than I started, and I've done it in a way that leaves, I'm hoping, a sense of that I did something right. And whatever reason, it's usually because I'm moving on to different things, or things have changed in the business, or even the businesses are closing. Unfortunately, over the holiday period, a company I work for has gone into administration, which I worked for a few times. And that's a shame. A lot of people would have gone to work and found out that they didn't have a job, which must be very, very, very tough for those people. And you've got to go out and find a new role. So, a lot of sleepless nights out for them. But the first most downloaded episode is around how to hand in your notice, which was brilliant. So I won't have too long an episode. Just want to thank you. There's a few little bits as well around downloads. I mean, we have had so many downloads. I mean, like I said, so many countries that have downloaded the episode. I mean, 43 countries. I mean, the top one's United Kingdom, not surprisingly enough, but in the States, massive in the States, and up there of another 20%. So thank you, people in America. Welcome to I don't know if you're tuning in for the accent, or I'm hoping it's the information. Australia. All the way down there. Happy New Year, because you'll have had your New Year by the time you're listening to this one. They've been up there. Germany, Europe. It's really, really been great to see all those different countries. And as I always say, I'm really, really want this to be a community of people who are engaging. So please reach out. Reach out to me and ask some questions. Ask me what's going on. Ask for some advice. You can get me at managermattpodcast@gmail.com. That's managermattpodcast@gmail.com. Email me, answer them. Let's have a chat about what you want to do in 2024. In fact, there's a challenge for you. Send me your New Year's resolutions around leadership and management, and then let's have a few episodes about them in the start of the new year. Right, well, I'm going to leave you now. I don't know when you're going to pick this one up. It might be the 31st, which I'm going to publish, or it could be into the 1st, but if you've had a great 2023, well done. If there's things you want to change and want to move forward, then let's go for it. 2024 is a year where we can really make a change. So thanks for listening. And please keep listening, please keep sharing, because I only want to grow this community. It'll be great to see it grow. But for this week and this year, thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to this Manager Matt podcast. We hope you found it interesting, helpful and actionable. One last thing, please leave a quick review on iTunes or with your podcast provider, as it helps to spread the word of Manager Matt. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the podcast. And if you did like anything in particular, send an email to managermattpodcast@gmail.com or visit managermatt.co.uk for more content. Feedback is a gift, so let's keep giving. See you next week.